Welcome to Shenzhen, China, as we have guided our way through round-robin play. The playoffs are set, and as we look to crown the 2019 Pacific Asia Curling Champions, the lovely Shenzhen Universiade Sports Center has hosted us here, but it was initially built for the 2011 Summer Universiade Games. The unique look of the signature stadium and arena have given it a unique nickname, the Spring Cocoon. We are right next door to the arena, in the ice hockey arena, for semifinal number one. It's Japan versus Hong Kong, a spot in the final on the line here at the Pacific Asia Championship.
Welcome to the 2019 Pacific Asia Men's and Women's Curling Championships in Shenzhen. It is my pleasure to introduce the teams for the women's semi-final game. Playing red stones and representing Hong Kong, lead, Anna Nai. Second, Ashura Wong. Third, Ada Shang. And skip, Ling Yu Hung. Playing yellow stones and representing Japan, Hasumi Ashigoki, Sina Nakajima. Third, Chiki Matsumura. And skip, Ikua Katazawa.
Those are the two teams in this semi-final. It's the 1 seed versus the 4 seed. I'm Luke Coley, joined with Rona Howie as we've met the teams. Now let's see how we got to this point. Japan, Korea, and China all tying at 6-1, with Hong Kong fourth at 3-4. They get 4 because they beat the Chinese Taipei. Japan, it came down to the draw shot challenge. Better numbers than Korea and China. So that's how they get to this point in the playoff bracket. 2 semifinals to determine who will be into the championship game. Japan, Hong Kong, 1 semifinal coming up next, and it is Korea against China in the next semifinal tomorrow. Winners get the gold medal game. Losers will play for bronze here in Shenzhen. And Rona, not long ago these two teams played. It was a win by Japan. They're sitting good coming in. They get last stone advantage to start. What do you look for from Hong Kong to try and see if they can knock off Japan?
Yeah, Hong Kong just need to be a bit more consistent than they were in the last game they played. They played too many half shots and just allowed Japan to get that early lead.
Well, a spot in that championship game is on the line. Sudden death playoffs will begin momentarily. And also a spot in the Women's World Championship for their country. Japan, if they would win, it's not necessarily them, depending on how country determines their representative at that event. We've talked about it throughout the week. Rona, Olympic points at the Worlds, but we got to get to the semifinal first here.
In the house.
The guy, Ona Anna.
Have a look. It's too hot. Still in the house. Well then. No, still in the house. Okay.
Well, first stone goes into the rings. Is this now the first time? Just one game in action at this time. Well, Ishiguka plays the hit with her first, rolls off to the side.
Still looking for 70.
Well, an aggressive call here to start. Looking to put the center line guard, not hitting that side one.
Lines a Oh, you got locked. Yeah. Come on. Where are we? 3, 3. A little tighter if you'd rather. Okay. That's good.
So centerline guard. Japan doesn't waste. They're going to go right around it. They already lie one. Sumi Ishiguka trying to get Japan a spot at the World Women's Curling Championship in Canada. Top part of the rings.
Yeah, just about does come out the other side.
Rules of play here now that we're into the playoffs. 8 ends minimum must be played with 38 minutes of thinking time. 162nd timeout.
Yeah, we've seen this week that this Hong Kong team really like the drawing game.
6, 7.
Especially Hung Ling Yu, the skip. That's the shot she loves to play.
Well, Wong Ashura trying to get there and will just sneak by their guard, but chip and roll into the open.
Big finish there when you see that coming from the hog line in.
56.
Because it's the only game out there, Rona, does that change how the ice is going to react?
Yeah, definitely. I think we'll see quite a lot of frost on it tonight. Struggled a wee bit with some frost building up at the beginning of the week, and it's very, very warm outside today.
Sina Nakajima, skip of this Japanese team, throws second stones. Different dynamic that has worked for this foursome. And early on, lying 3.
Okay. It's a hit. It's a hit. Normal. Normal down. How much? How much? Normal down.
Well, Wong Ashura lives in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
not far from
Whoa.
Shenzhen. And we'll go right through the hole.
You didn't hear me the first time. It's okay. Sorry. That's okay.
She said it out and I'm going, we could have
Normal
swept it
down.
and I wasn't sure if there was enough weight on there.
know,
I
and the
said-
only
I
out,
said you must have been-
Peel that centerline guard. You could draw around again.
Yeah, but Japan just keeping it simple. They
Real
want to
nice.
leave the hard shots for Hong Kong to play. They play the simple ones well.
Be another look at this hit. Find a way to make a couple doubles to get out of the end.
Normal? Yeah. Okay. Normal.
Oh, Shang Ada looking to play the hit.
Whoa. Okay.
We'll get that one right on the nose. Still Japan lying. Multiple counters right now, lying 2. Chiaki Matsumura, third of this Japanese team. Brother Yuta Matsumura skipping the men's team to the playoffs. Small mistake, hitting and rolling out, so break for Hong Kong. Just facing the 2 counters right now.
Sure. Okay. Normal. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, yep, yep,
hit,
yep.
roll off to the side.
Okay.
We'll sit in the center of the rings.
Nice shot.
Couple of nice hits by
Good. Good one.
Shang to just keep them together. We'll see Matsumura hit back, try and separate these 2. Looking like a real flat double.
Yeah, probably just
Yeah, okay.
looking for the hit and roll
Like
over.
that for Bryce?
Try and bring the
That-
2
that's
closer
too
together.
little? Maybe a little
Suppose
little? Like
A
that?
nose hit from Japan could maybe leave her a double with the last.
Control, normal. Normal, normal. Okay, check the end.
A few shots ago, if you said they'd just give up 2,
Normal.
they'd probably be happy at that. Hung Ling Yu.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, hard. Hard. Keep coming, keep coming.
Really
Whoa,
working
whoa,
to try and
whoa.
hold this, but it's going to go right through the hole and miss both of them.
We should have been on it all the way.
Yeah.
Should have had. We would have had it if we were on it.
Once it goes, it went.
Yeah, we should
Quite
have had it
hard.
on it.
Yeah.
'Cause I think we could wait on it.
Yeah. I just still needed a little bit more.
Well, said right away if they would have got on it. Thought they'd have a better shot at making that hit, making contact, but
Whoa, 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 whoa.
it over curls by quite a bit.
So curly side, not so curly side.
That was Ada Shang's first year at playing third. So it's all new to her in the head, reading the line and anticipating the sweep.
はい、ちょっと入っとくね。
Well, Kitazawa throwing those 4th stones. Great shot maker for Japan.
Having to work this one to get it in. But they manage.
Nothing else in play, just had to hit the rings to line 3. So Hung Ling Yu now try and hit and roll, try and close the rings in.
Same. We'll give more ice. Okay. It just curled up. Wasn't expecting it to curl up that much. Got this.
Yes. All the way, girls. Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Again
yes,
on it,
coming
right
down.
out of her hand,
Yes,
trying to
yes,
hold
yes,
this
yes,
one.
yes, yes.
And they will just clip it. Do they have enough to get it out of the rings? They will get away with that one.
Wow, that moved.
Yeah.
So a chance to draw for 3 to start this game off for Japan and Ikui Kitazawa. There's a look at There's 2 in the rings. Kitazawa looking to put a 3rd in with the final shot here this first end.
ナイスライン。打て良さそうだよ。ラインも大丈夫。いいよ。石当たってるかい。あ、後ろあるよ。オッケー。十分。ちょっと押しちゃうけど。当たってときたい。オッケー。
No problem there.
Couldn't ask for a better start. Chance to score multiple points. And it's the triple for Japan. So a 3-0 lead. Japan trying to get to the final here in 2019.
中で。オッケー。インターン使おうかな。パターンちょっと回っちゃいそう。回転は多めに投げるね。
That was a perfect setup by Japan to start off end number 1. It is semi-final number 1. Japan, the top seed out of round robin play, taking on Hong Kong, the number 4 seed. Japan just 1 loss in round robin.
結構曲がり始めちゃったわ。
2 women's teams will qualify for the Women's World Championship from this event. 2 winners of the semifinals. Japan a leg up for that early on in this game, leading 3-0.
It's up. It's with up. It's in. Ready?
7. Coming down.
No.
Ready?
No.
8 or 9.
Well, they want to put the guard out in front.
It's back of house anyways. Yeah. Maybe
Through, I think.
yeah.
Looking to get those guards in play, and that one will go through the house.
我頭先嗰個幾多嚟㗎？嚇？我頭先有幾多？40。
Well, a little switch of which turn they want to go at this one.
ちょっと早いよ。ちょっと幅回りそうだ。8、9。まだ回ってきてない。7、7、8、8。ちょっと自力があるな。ちょっとあるわ。13.1。Yes. Yes. Okay.
Well, a little more weight, they'll go right around their own stone. Hoping to be top part of the house, though.
Yeah, they didn't want to slip back to you, just the fact that Hong Kong could freeze it at some point in the end. But Hong Kong have to persevere and try and get their corners up. Try and get something going.
Just a guard, guys. Have a look.
1, 2.
2. Have a look.
2, 3.
Okay.
But still 2,
Two is
I
good.
think.
2 is okay. Just leave it right around here. Okay, that's good.
So Japan leads 3-0. They lie 2.
14半でもいけるか。
で後ろまで行ってるから。
そうね。
Well, I've seen this path a couple times now in the end. Should have a good read on the speed.
Yep, just want to be close with this one, don't want to be in.
伸びづらいかな。あ、いいよ、3、4、ちょっとあるわ。
幅もちょっとあるわ。
4、
千秋さん側かな。
4、5。ちょっと伸びちゃってるわ。
5。
People saying it's got a bit more running on it.
まだ幅が
not really much you can do with it. Try and maybe freeze.
Right to the top of the 8-foot. Was intended to be a guard, so definitely well heavier than what she was expecting to put that, where she wanted to put that. Just the one guard, got to try and use that corner guard. If you're Hong Kong.
Just control.
Well,
Quiet weight will just
it's like not even control.
Control
eh?
down, yeah.
It's like bumper.
curl, as you hear them say, just not the weight they thought.
Yeah, it was even less than hack weight. So with that lighter weight, you're going to get a big swing on this ice. You need positive handles and a positive weight when you're hitting. And that's where, with the skill-based sport and repetitive practice, Japan have got that consistency. They train day in, day out. Hong Kong don't have an ice facility. Very hard for them to do any training.
Yeah, and for this team, the front end lives in Hong Kong, whereas Hung Ling Yu, Shang Ada actually live in Canada and in 2 different cities in Canada. So to actually get together as a team and work together, it's obviously not as easy to do it, and it becomes expensive.
Normal.
Okay, whoa.
Normal down.
Whoa.
It's coming down.
Whoa.
Well, trying to move them around and get rid of one, but still leave Japan lying 3. See the Japanese coach, Yusuke Morizumi, second year working with this team after he ended his curling career after the Olympic year of 2018. Robert Collins coaching this Hong Kong team, trying to build on the 4th place finishes the last 2 years.
It's also very difficult for him in a coaching role when you don't have 4 players training together.
Oh, it won't be. It's Japan this time not able to get around that guard. Just didn't have the weight for Chiaki Matsumura.
And now an opening for Hong Kong to come around. They've got backing.
So there's backing, is what she's saying.
Try and get something
Good,
set up here.
There's backing. So I Okay. think
Look how wide they're going with this one.
so far out.
1 foot actually on the bumper.
Line's tight. Line's tight. Where is it?
It's down. Still at 8. 8, 9.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Where are we?
So a line looking pretty
Okay,
good.
well done,
It's
well
all about the weight now.
Goes around and will come back 4 foot. Protected and shot stone.
So it's pretty close.
Did it come out the other side?
Certainly poking out the other side.
アップとか。
6でも。ちょっとでもギリか。
And she passed the guard
押
by
す
quite a
ような
bit.
ウェイトだったら通ると思うけど。バックラインぐらい。
バックライン。13ぐらいでいくわ。12後半。12後半くらい
So if
か
you
な。
play a
そう
wee
だね。
down weight here and you do just catch the top yellow, you can punch the other yellow into the house as well and bring another counter in.
幅いる？いやでも入るとは思うんだな。プッシュはできそう。
Here it comes.
A little more than backline weight, but they get to it with ease, get to the nose, and will lie 4.
まあでもイエスしたら入られそうな感じだったから。
ごめん、早いね。
13だと2秒ぐらい。
でも12半だったら当たってたかもしれない。
もうちょいする？うん、いいかも。It's out there, guys. Where are
Shang
we?
Ada
5. Yep, then.
again going out to the wide side, trying to get around.
6. Yep. Yep, for line, hard.
Got this.
Hard for line. Hard. Hard.
Oh, it starts to
Yep,
make its
yep,
move,
all
get
way,
right
all way,
into
all
the
way,
forefoot.
all way.
Oh, great draw.
Very nice, right to the top of the button for shot. Stone.
2 lovely draws. She had 2 great hits at the last end, so she started off firing well today.
Look at this one getting past the front. Sneaks it by as it works its way around.
They held it early.
取れないよね。
最後相手ドローありそうだわ。うん。上か。こっち？これ出された。うん。1、2？
Japan won't be too upset at losing a 1 at this end. They're quite happy to force 1.
結構狭く立ってるね。曲がると思うんだよな。相手赤にフリーズしても2にはなれなそうだから。こっち側のガードにする。
So is this
結構狭く
guarding up that intern side, knowing
多分大丈
if
夫
you get to it, you can't get second shot with the out
ちょ
turn?
っと重いかも。
Yeah, because they know the way they came in with their last stone, that Hong Kong could come down and sit on their yellow. So just trying to block that
いいと思うけどね。
14半でも。
and say, okay, you go down the out turn side, see what you can do.
2。ナイスライン。2。1半2。ちょっと遠いかな。1半2。止まったところよ。ちょっと曲がってる。わわわわ。1。声がするよ。1。1。
クリーンだけで。
うん。わわわ。
It's difficult to guard in such swingy eyes, but she's plugged that hole
16
pretty nicely.
Yeah, no real way to get in with the intern.
もう全部の位置を滑ってるとか。予想した方がいいところね。急に14。
Makes that raise also, the red raise, a little trickier. She's got to deal with that Yellowstone.
But then I might set up and like I think do you actually want to raise it and this or like freeze that freeze?
Yeah. So I gave you that.
Okay.
You went out here, so that should be good.
Okay. You got this.
Here, right here.
Okay. Actually, a bit more.
Same path or different path?
Huh?
Different path?
No, Ada's path. Ada's
Okay,
first
so
path.
Ada was 60.
Ada's first path.
Yeah. Oh, it's like,
Light's okay, I guess.
yeah. Like 60, 55.
That's 65?
60, 55.
Oh, there's the split time. Looking for Hung Ling Yu, trying to get another one in there, find a way. Has to basically touch the button to be second shot right now.
Yes, Ben. If you got a curl, where are we?
It's like 4.
Keep going. Yep.
Oh, this time. Like,
That's okay. Whoa. Okay, fine.
Well, they won't get there. They'll overlap that Yellowstone out in front.
sorry.
Is there a draw with that out turn to get second shot?
Short. It's okay.
Just light.
The guy Wong have worked hard. A lot of sweeping early in this game.
If they come to the nose of the red, they wouldn't be second shot. But Japan think, well, okay, we'll guard that way in. And then really Hong Kong have got nothing.
そうね、ちょっとだけプッシュになる。
ちょっと近めだな。
Looks as though it's going to over curl though. Needs to stop. There is a gap there.
Not even looking at it though as Hong Kong. I think they're sizing up the tap of that red one. But have to play this one quiet or wait, because you don't want to end up picking your own out.
No, definitely not.
You want to tap in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would just be enough weight to tap that red into the button area.
Bumper.
Yeah, bumper.
Bumper, right?
Oh no, they've chosen
I
to
think
play
like
bumper.
20. It's quite slow.
As you say, they
20,
need to be
10, yeah.
careful. Can't afford to split the red out.
Well, it'll be an important line call for Ada in the house.
Bumper!
Yep.
New for her this year.
Yep. Yes.
This will be a test right now. Call the line.
All the way high.
Well, and it will over curl. But will they get the break and chip off the side? It does over curl. They're able to get in there. The long raise to score 2. It looked like it had over curled. It did, but it gets a break off the yellow. And a 2 back for Hong Kong. A 3-2 game after 2 ends of play. And look at the sweep. They're able to try and hold it. Hold the line. It over curls a bit, but uses that yellow stone on the side. Chip, roll off, right into the side of the button. Just like that. Able to make this raise, use that yellow stone, roll right in, and we'll get there too. Good reason to smile, getting the deuce right back. A 1-point game after 2.
Line's okay. Clean it. It's a little wide.
And number 3 begins the Pacific Asia Curling Championships 2019. Luke Coley here with Rona Howie.
2, still 2.
And Hong Kong able to get 2 in that second end. A long raise. It had actually over curled from what they were looking at, but gets the little roll off of an opponent's stone. And just like that, a 1-point game.
Yep, Hong Kong were in trouble in that end, but Shang Ada's 2 draws really helped the cause. Now Japan have got last stone. You'll see them go hard to try and score a couple here.
And a 1-point lead. A simple game plan. Let Hong Kong get those cards in position. You play to the wing, get some in early. You can start peeling, keeping the center open after.
Yeah. No, 50 for in. 60 just tight guard or top four, top 12.
Yeah, I was calling for the tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Line's really tight. Yes.
Release down.
1. Yeah.
Same weight as before. Maybe less.
No, it's
One.
second guard, and both very long. So with those guards being longer to come around, how deep do you want this in the rings if you're Japan?
Yeah, I don't want to be too deep here. Thing is, it's very hard to come around a long guard like that and not come out the other side, but because there's two of them, they can get right round. But they know Hong Kong want to get into that girdly game now, so they try and keep it quite simple. Now Hong Kong can come right around.
Use that one as a guard that was just thrown.
Yeah, that's like their second guard for Hong Kong there now.
Line's good. 4. Gotta go then. Yep. Curling. 4, 5. Yep. 5. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Trying to go around that one, but it will over curl.
Okay.
No, she wants a 5-6.
So trying to open that center line up. It was the first end, a fairly open end that Japan was able to get 3 out of. Trying to make the double peel. We'll get both going.
Okay.
Still Japan line 2 here. We play the third end, this first semi-final. Winner gets a spot in the championship game. Loser will play for bronze. Now we'll wait. The other semi-final, which is tomorrow. Korea versus China.
Line's good. Where are we? Oh, 6, 7. Well then. Okay. Are we still 6, 7? Looks
bit more
heavy.
now, 8, 9,
Looks heavy.
Yeah, it's running really well now.
It's more than 7.
Sorry.
It's like
Ran on the line.
11:72.
Heading on the wrong side there, even shorter's better than through. It's usable then later on in the end.
And now Japan will hit, can lie 3. Yeah, even out front, it's something where you can promote, you can tap up. Once it goes past that back line, it's gone. You can't pull it back and put it back into play.
So Japan lie 3. They have last stone. Hong Kong now need to try and get a
Normal.
good hit and roll here.
That was a good hit, or a couple draws the previous end by Shang Ada
Yeah.
that helped set up that score.
Yeah. Hard. All the way, guys. You can get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
She
Come
get
on.
the
Come on.
thin double even here.
Hard. Hard. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Make the hit. Even better, make the double and roll behind the corner guard. Shang Ada has just put on a show in the early going of this game.
She's on fire.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
They're hoping to make sure they made contact, and they do better than that. Thin double and a little roll to sit in behind cover.
Hard. Okay.
This is looking a bit steamy as well from Japan.
Well, throughout the week, we've seen Matsumura a little inconsistent with the draw weight. That one goes right through the ring, so the double by Shang. Missed by Matsumura, and just like that.
I like the draw, I think.
Draw?
Okay. What do you guys like?
I think draw is.
Yeah, I know. I like the draw.
50?
Maybe a little less. Like
Okay.
sorry, like 55, 60.
Oh, then
I think.
60.
Just keep
Yeah.
stay close.
Okay.
Line's good. Where are we?
9,
8. Whoa, then
whoa
if it's
then,
8.
whoa then.
Whoa, it has to curl.
Whoa then.
Back 12. Slowing down.
It's coming
baby.
now. Where are we?
9.
Close.
9. 9.
Well, trying to go right around everything, and look at this one hooking in behind
Nice.
Good judge.
and in. Shot stone just a little deeper than they had hoped, but it is in for shot stone. It's forcing Japan to come after him.
It should hit, but, you know.
Yeah, good result in there. Keeping our 100% record. Point two. 13.5 is T. So much the same speed tonight.
Yeah, not a lot of sweeping needed on that one. It goes right to the side of the forefoot.
Completely buried behind the guard.
Well,
20,
second
10,
end.
yeah.
Here's how Hung Ling Yu trying to get her to a long, low percentage run back. Had to hit it perfectly. Doesn't hit it perfectly, but gets the benefit of that side yellow to roll off. And you need to catch a break sometimes, and there's a break that goes the way of Hong Kong. Able to get two right back with the hammer.
55, 50.
Now,
What did Edith throw?
56.
Yeah,
Around the
then
same. Yeah, around
Okay,
the same.
55.
Yeah.
I guess. It's okay
just
to
a
be a
straight
little
freeze,
short,
the call.
Okay.
but not
Yeah.
too short.
Don't
Okay.
want to move it, just freeze on top.
Two consecutive years, Hung Ling Yu finishing fourth at the Pacific Asia Championship.
A little hard.
In the top four again.
It's got room.
Whoa, whoa.
Slowing down.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
Go behind it.
It's on its own
Okay.
behind it.
Sorry, it's hot. Like 50.
Huh?
You throw 50.
Okay, so it's
it's like
70.
Yeah.
Okay, they told me 55.
オッケー。
なんか2過ぎたあたりから
千秋さんのより1本狭める。半分？半分 OK。
Well, and you hear the time that was relayed wasn't exactly what they're looking for. Not playing all the time, you're trying to get that feel of what you think you need to throw for a split time.
And it's making sure you don't get hung up on split times, and you know, you've still got to have the feel and know yourself. And with each player's releases, the splits could be different for each player in the team. So just because one throws one split, that doesn't necessarily mean if the next person throws the same split, it'll finish in the same place. If they play through the release more or pull back, then you'll get a different result.
While trying to sneak past that top redstone, they do get right beside it. But just a little bit light for Nakajima, or pardon me, Kitazawa.
Yeah, they still just lie one.
We mentioned earlier, if it's in that position, it can still be used. Better there than being deep and through the rings.
I don't want to be deep and then give them two,
Oh,
right?
okay. 70, 75.
like button, eh? We're looking for button.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot. 8, 9, 9.
You heard her saying you don't want to be heavy,
Close.
don't want to give her an easy 2.
9, 8.
Still got room.
9 being
Slowing
about that
down.
in
Lots of
the
room.
number system back 4 foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
slowing down.
Yeah, take it back. Take it back now.
It looks
Yep,
an
yep,
okay
yep,
to
yep,
wait.
yep, yep, yep,
Just
yep, yep,
waiting
yep,
for
yep,
it
yep,
to
yep,
swing.
yep, 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 yep.
She's got shot.
Look at that, comes in, shot stone,
Good
half
scoop, guys.
tucked behind that.
Good rolling.
Very nice. もう少し
Not
Ah,
easy to raise
so
that
the
yellow
Pittari.
up.
No, because you got to cross the face of it.
That's the best I could do, actually.
Yeah, of course.
そっちから見てソフトウェイトじゃきついよね。
これどれぐらい見えてる？
そこでちょうど。
当たっちゃうなこれ。
赤木チョコは難しそうだよね。
多分チョコは無理だね。
ちょい外当てたね。
ウェイトはトップ？そのハンドルの位
I'll
置く
play
らい。
the double run.
あ、オッケー。
Try and cross the face of that yellow to play that raise. There is the cold draw to try and get the side of the button, but that's small area you got to hit.
横から殴ったら黄色触って黄色に飛んじゃいそうな気がする。
ちょっと曲がるかな。
当てたいとこ
いや曲がってないと思う。
右に触る感じだ。
慎重い外だね。
Awesome. Solid draws late in this end. Got Hong Kong set up, lying shot stone. Looking at the double run, couple different ways you can make this. Ikui Kitazawa looking to go red, red, and will pick their own out, and it's a steal of 2. Trying to go for the big shot, ends up picking her own out. Great draw by Hung Ling Yu, sets up a difficult shot. There's a couple ways they could hit this to score 2 for Japan. But the way they hit it, they end up going red, red, take their own yellow out. And those 2 reds come in just like that. Hong Kong with the lead after 3 ends of play, up 4-3 over Japan.
1 or 2? Either 1 or 2. 3. No, I mean, oh, it was 2. Okay.
Well, back-to-back 2s. It started real good
Nice,
for
a little
Japan.
tight.
A 3 with the hammer.
Wait,
Where
it's
are we?
close.
Hong Kong makes the raise,
Three's
scores
okay,
2,
we don't want it in.
Okay.
and then gets the break after the
On its
run
own
back,
3.
picks out
Maybe
Corner.
slipping.
a Japanese
Okay,
stone that was
it's
second
coming down
shot.
a bit though. This might
Oh,
stop.
She has no handle, so
Yeah,
it
no
might
handle.
die.
Oh,
Leave it,
it's
leave it,
slipping.
leave it, leave it.
Oh, it's in.
Elsewhere. Okay.
Well, the Rock didn't
Handle.
want to listen. They wanted it to, they're trying to tell it to stop in front. Slides into the top of the rings here. Hong Kong comes in 3-4 record in round robin. Japan 6-1. That doesn't mean anything now. It is sudden death.
That's it, the round robin.
曲げたい。
It's like one competition, then you get the playoff, it's another competition.
ちょっと曲げたい。 Okay, next
So-
thing, next thing.
Pretty long guard there. So looking just to guard the red here, but don't know what happened to that, but it's way light.
So he hogs stone and
Let me just slow down. I don't want her to speed up and change her
yeah,
delivery
yeah,
because
got
she
it.
wasn't lining. She didn't line up at
Okay,
all.
okay. I'll remind her.
got the long guard out in front, but really tough to use.
Yeah, need to bring another one around it, but closer to the house.
나이스 라인. 라이어 크림. 어스메 도시. 어스메 도시요. 라이어. Yes.
I'm happy to bring it as far as I can if it's coming in buried. But no, that's good there.
14.7.
Just biting top of the 12-foot.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Line's tight. Where are we?
Stop.
Up.
Yep.
Long
5,
Ashura
6.
looking to get that center line guard. Protect the one
Okay,
they have
yeah.
in the house.
Yeah.
Everything's
Coming
fair
down.
game now
5,
after this
4,
stone.
5,
Where are we?
6.
6. Yep. All the
6,
way back. All the way
6.
back. All the way back. All the way back. All the way back. All the way back. As far back as you can. Okay.
Just too much weight intended to be a guard slides in. Make a short roll.
雖然佢擺低個官你就去，但係佢
主行。主行。
Yep, Japan can get to the inside of this. Just hit and flop in behind their cover.
Sina Nakajima, the skip. Her first trip to the Pacific Asia Championship. Actually, played in the World Championship before the Pacific Championship. The roll's just a little too far out in the open.
My last one. But different path. Watch out.
Line's okay. A little full. Where are
Go
we?
last. 4.
Okay. Yep.
4.
Yep.
3.
Okay. Whoa. Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Well, Long unable to get that one down into the 4-foot in behind.
We can draw behind it.
ちょっと微妙だわ。まあ
Tempting still just to play the straight draw.
それも悪くないと思うけど
Yeah, the red one's not hurting them there.
9秒。
You could just play the dead draw or
こっちから
get the hit and roll.
やっぱセットロールになっても
うん。いいと思う。
Hong Kong like to play the drawing game. They like lots of stones in play, and Japan just don't want to get sucked into that. They want to play their own game.
セットダウンだ
9半9前半。Yes.
はすみちゃん
Well, the hit will be
Okay,
made, but it'll be too far, opening up that path behind the corner. That's the problem. You just not on the right side of a few of these misses. Japan in the last couple ends.
体も
あ
55.
Yeah, allows Hong Kong now the chance to come around all that cover.
Okay.
Get round first.
Room. Where are we? Ashley. Line's
Forward
okay.
side. Free.
Yep. Then.
Well, Ada's made a lot of shots in the
Free.
first 3 ends,
Go
leading
away,
to
yeah.
that 4-3 lead.
Yep.
That Hong Kong has.
Hard for line, hard! Hard for line, hard! Come on, guys, you can do it, hard! All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way,
They just get this one
all
by.
the way. Okay.
They'll get into the paint, but
Sorry.
second shot. Good sweep there to take it as far as they did. This one starts going sideways, and it just keeps going.
78.
They overbury that stone only a couple feet behind it.
ちょっと早いわ。8、9、プレーン。ちょっと早いよ。上とあるよ。
もうちょっとありそうだ。
9。こう早い。
12.6。
Matsumura's had some struggles. She had a draw go through last end. This one sliding as well. It's going to go deep and through. Just uncharacteristic. We didn't see much of that this week from this Japanese team.
Got this. It's a different line though.
So another opportunity.
So just pay attention. Okay.
Shang to get in behind.
Line's okay. I think you gotta go for line.
Wait, it's okay. 8.
Japan coming in big favorites in this
Wait for
game.
it, wait for
6-1 record to 3-4, and
8. Still hard. We don't want to touch
Hong
it.
Kong
It's
has
hard.
the lead at the moment.
That 12. Yeah.
Trying
it's
to
hard.
draw in lie shot stone. That's consecutive stones now on for each side that have gone through.
It's okay. It's okay.
Who's going to get around first? That'll make the difference.
I'm expecting Matsumura to be close, make the adjustment from her first.
ちょっと余るかな。ちょっと余りそうだ。ちょっと余るな。イクベガーだ。
待って。
ちょっと余る。
6。
最後イクベガー絶対。
6。
あ、6。
6、7。6。最後だけはける。
Yes. 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 Okay.
The weight was good, just a bit high of line. But the inside's buried.
曲がり弱いわ。
You like that or not? You think that's too much? That's too much? I don't think so.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Control.
Control.
Weight. Should be. It should go.
Okay, got this.
Well, let's come up with a few shots. A draw in the last end to get the steal. Gets the members break in the second end to score 2. Get that extra point. Hungling Yu.
Control.
Yes. Hard. Hard. Yep. 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 Yep.
Gonna make this
Roll
hit
it
by the
away,
front,
roll it away.
and we'll make the nose hit.
Okay. 因為我有壺啊，你去㗎啦，如果冇撞，OK。
Okay.
Just bounced out enough now for Japan to
Okay, nice.
get
She did a very
a wee roll off the inside,
nice and control.
in behind that
Like
cover.
the curl.
Hard. Yep. 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 Yep.
This one came in
yep,
nice,
yep,
actually.
yep,
Could have
yep, yep, yep.
got off, got by the guard with some room.
Okay.
Hong Kong has to be loving the way that they're sitting right now in this game, leading 4-3.
Japan don't want to leave the hit and roll for Hong Kong. They want to get it first.
And they will get enough to tuck the inside of it away.
Yeah, really nice.
So Japan will lie 2.
ナイス。10.8。10.8。そうそう。結構スープでやっぱ保てるね。
Could make the hit. You can draw around it.
Yeah, I think the draw around is a better option.
Yeah, got this leg.
Well, they know it sinks.
Back
It
off.
will curl hard. You get out there wide enough, perfect weight,
Don't see
you can
enough
get
of it.
buried.
I'm not sure I could pick it out, but
Well, that's
anyway.
60.
Huh?
60?
You like 60?
Maybe
Well,
55.
Japan trailing in
No,
the game,
no,
still
no,
all
no.
smiles.
Yeah, they're always such a happy team on and off the ice.
Alice! 5! You've got room!
Wait
Six.
only. Wait
Have a
only.
look. Have a look.
Oh, no, no.
Here it goes.
Need to go, need to
Where is
go.
it?
Still a long way to go
Yeah,
try and
get
wrap it
here,
around.
Get
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Get here. Yep.
Finish it.
Yep. As far as it'll go.
Yeah.
As far
Oh,
as
sorry.
it'll go. Yep.
It's okay. Sorry.
Oh, solid effort.
Sorry.
Got back forefoot.
Okay.
Actually came in a lot, got partially protected.
Okay.
I think the sweepers were scared to take it too far so it wouldn't be shot. But they had to bury it.
Yeah.
But there's such a big draw in there. You could just come in at back 8, back 12 weight and tap it back.
OK。10。12後半？
後半だね。
さっきの生えてたよね、ライン。中半。
書いてはいた。
And if you're only that weight, if you just skim the top yellow, you can get your shooter in
後半。
for shot. So you've
Alright,
given
what's
yourself
up, what's
some
up?
options.
One point looked at just picking it out clean, which takes a lot of the curl out of it, and you can still score 2. They're trying to go for the 3 here. Last shot of the 4th end.
ちょっと遅いよ。
Got a long way to draw. Here it comes.
Now makes its move right down to it. Tap it back, and look at that from Japan. Great team shot, great judge. They're able to tap that back and get their second 3 of the game and retake the lead. Kui Kitazawa, that is a fabulous shot to use the sweeping.
Yeah, nice control weight. Just being patient. It looks quite wide, but you know it's going to come.
Well, Matsumura then gets on the sweep with the curl, the directional sweeping. Nishiguka ready to sweep it back to make sure they tap it back and score 3. So 6-4 now. Japan jumps back out in front after 4. Japan now back out in front, their second 3 of the game. Scored 3 in the first, back-to-back 2s by Hong Kong, and then 3 in the fourth. A 6-4 Japan lead. First one right to the top of the house. Hung Ling Yu, valiant effort on her last one. She almost got that perfectly buried in behind.
275.
Line's a little tight. Where are we? 2. 2's okay.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah. Get it over. You need help?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Hong Kong giving Japan everything they can handle. They'll have the hammer here trying to Score 2, tie this game up into the 5th end break.
2 great setup shots there. Ishiguka happy with those.
Line's tight, yep.
Down again.
Yes.
Free.
Yes.
The guy on Nana
2. Yep.
trying to use that corner guard. Keep stones around.
Separate them. Yep, get by if you can. Yep. Bring it as far as you can. Okay.
So a couple of guards. Something that Hong Kong can try and generate their offense with.
Yeah, Japan want to be a wee bit careful. They get caught out when there are too many guards in play.
See the coach's bench right in behind. Good view of what's going on. Kind of undecided of how to go about it. They talked about a long guard coming around that. It's a real tough one to actually make that perfect freeze. You go around, you go deep, and give options.
Whatever you like.
What do you?
I like normal.
Normal.
As well, Japan are conscious that Hong Kong like the drawing game,
Yeah,
so they don't. They're trying to prevent them playing the game they want to.
You gotta pick.
Draw fine. Draw is fine.
Line's okay.
It's a little up, I think.
Okay, well.
I'm just gonna clean.
Where are we?
8.
Where? Where?
8.
8. Okay,
Back.
close. Yep.
Coming down now.
Yep. Are we still 8?
No, coming
Whoa,
down.
Just to it then.
Okay.
Freeze to it. Right
The change they were calling back part of the house. The weight
Okay.
comes off, and nice freeze right on top. A little bit of separation, but a good angle.
Came down really hard. But it's 同じぐらいでいいよ。
Okay.
Plan B, go right around everything. They'll touch that top one just enough to redirect it.
Just skimmed it. So close to being passed.
I tried normal.
You got this.
So it is Hong Kong with the hammers. We play end number 5. On it, right out of hand.
Just control up.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna do this. Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
spill a bunch of stuff around in the rings. Never quite got out to where the broom was.
Fancy.
Yeah, straight away they decided to change the call and go for the guards, try and clear it a bit.
There's a few different ways they can hit this one to play in the tap. Like nose would be the preferred angle. They want to keep it on the high side, if anything. Well, real close, get that little bit past that red, very nice, right into the forefoot.
Really nice. And as you say, the importance of just on the nose, you're keeping the shooter and blocking that hole.
Yeah, now Hong Kong's in some trouble. Gonna have to tap something up, move some of those stones around. It's not their preferred style of game. There, it's the draw game. You try and get Hong Kong into a hitting game.
Really nice weight. Well played shot. So easy when you go for these tap-ups to just slightly overthrow. You think you need a wee bit more weight.
Well, goes red to run those yellows back in, gets rid of one out of the forefoot. Very nice. Sheng, Ada. As good as you can do. Move them around.
Certainly making Japan think here. So Jake and Matsumura just trying to come around here. I think it's fractionally over curled. He wanted still to try and block the way to that yellow shot. There is a hole straight through the middle.
It's a tough port to try and hold the line, because once it starts to go, it goes. Oh, try and get through the hole now is Hong Kong. And will just sneak through and actually clip off their own. Doesn't really change a lot in the rings. Still, shot stone belonging to Japan, biting the forefoot.
Yeah.
First four.
Well, I should have
And
maybe
they could
let
block
him
it,
go,
they
'cause
could
then that would
come in and chip that red back. But they're 2 up, they don't have last stone. They're sitting in a pretty good position.
こっち当たるとこれがちょっとかぶってるから。ちょっと時間使っちゃってるから。
The only thing with playing a guard, if it's quite a long
ジェイ
guard,
さんと同じ幅。
there are options on these reds to tap up.
千秋さんと同じ幅。うん。もう3で近い3がいい。うん。曲がってきちゃったらもう。
So I think this guard wants to be quite close.
千秋さん何でしたっけ？14.1。
We've said throughout the week, the effective guards are the tight ones because of how much it curls.
いいよ、はいよ。はいよ。ちょっといろいろとこ取ってるよ。クリーン。はいよ。クリーン。はいよ。クリーン。クリーンだけで大丈夫。少し曲がってきた。よ。は。クリーン。曲がりすぎ。クリーン。クリーン。少し当たりそう。ナイス。
Well, they use that red one to stop it from curling. That will plug that center line hole. Well, we've seen a few big shots already in this game, and none bigger, especially after a steal of 2. Ikui Kitazawa, Japanese team, with a quiet tap back and score their second 3 of the game. Real team shot. Help set things up, and now they're sitting. It's 1 right now in this 5th end. They lead the game 6-4.
You got this.
Just needs to be careful here how she hits this, because that yellow's just very fractionally checking the red. So if she caught it high, it could the yellow could spin in.
Even onto her red.
Yes. Gotta go.
But I don't think it's going to be on the high side.
Yep. Whoa. Let it go. Okay.
Oh, we'll miss that. Run back just pushes that one by.
It's okay.
As it is Japan lying 1.
Sorry, I just rather it hit the other rock than
Yeah.
to hit it on like once
Wrong
it cross
side.
and then
Yeah.
hits ours. So.
Yeah, knowing they have shot stone, just could go around, try and go back 4 foot. There's that red raise.
Yeah, the only shot that could hurt Japan right now is that red raise onto the yellow that's on the 4 foot. So I think if they can guard that, take that away, Hong Kong don't have much.
Want some separation so they don't line anything up. And they'll take away that tap. So Hung Ling Yu forced to go out real wide now.
Yep, good guard, completely blocked that raise. So the draw to the 4 foot
40 out
is
here.
all that's left.
Out here, so 40.
Well, the draw game is her
50.
specialty. Hung Ling
50,
Yu
40, okay.
needs a piece of the 4 foot to score a single point. With the all-important last stone of the 5th end.
8, 9. Lots of room. Whoa. Just let it.
Top.
Slowing down, guys. Yes, now.
It's
Yes,
slowing
now.
down.
heavy. Now, will it come down? Got to get past that red stone, and it won't. It over curls.
It's okay, sorry.
As it caught, maybe a little bit of the frost came down, and it's a steal of one.
Just have to keep it clean.
So a 3-point lead now into the fifth end break. Japan 7-4 up on Hong Kong in semifinal number 1.
Good. Before 35 is
And it was
where it's
close.
Yeah, it's where it's close. Really
We
close.
just needed to be on it a little bit
But
more
sooner,
in the end.
or
Yeah.
at the beginning,
Yeah.
just to get it.
Manage.
あーそうそうそうそうそして謎の位置にフリーズしてくる人
それやりたかったんだけどみたいな。
クリーンにやりたいけどね。難しいな。
失礼します。
First end of this semifinal. Just those 2 stones in the rings, and Ikui Kitazawa doesn't get much better than this for a skip to start a game. Final shot opportunity. Need to hit the rings to score an early triple. Trying to get a spot in the final. No problem for Kitazawa. Second end,
2010.
and a mess of stones. Just that one red stones in the forefoot. Trying to play bumper weight. Raise that red in onto the yellow. It over curls, but we'll get the bounce off that side yellow and roll right into the button. Good to get the second point. And 4 after a steal in the third. Hong Kong with the lead. Kitazawa has to use her sweepers. In turn tap back. And look at the sweep. Matsumura right to it. Then Ishiguka finishes it. Taps that one back to score their second 3 of the game. We're 7-4 after 5.
全然重いじゃん。多分12秒だけどあれ多分植えてよかったよね。だから。
I think you might want to listen to this game later on.
Why?
You'll love hearing them talk about you guys in the first 3 ends. I have gotten better at tuning them out and not listening.
うまいこと向こうがさやっぱ決まってるからスキップのドローがね。だから大変だけど、ああやって一投ずつ決めていく感じだよね。やっぱりいかにあとは隠す場所を消していくかだね。だから結局さほら普段のさチームだとさコーナーガード2つ置いたりしてもさコーナーの裏でしのごう先に入ってしのごうっていう作戦ってやってこないけどさとにかく入れてしのがれるじゃん。
Look at the numbers here through the first 5 ends. Japan leading 7-4. Overall percentage 78 to 51% in favor of Japan. 76 to 52 for the draw percentage. Hit percentage favors Japan 83 to 50. And 2 stolen points by Hong Kong, 1 by Japan. We have a 7-4 game heading to the second half of the semifinal. Well, 5 sheets of ice here set up. Only 1 now in play as we're down to the final 8. 4 men, 4 women's teams all vying for that Pacific Asia Curling Championship. Spots at the Worlds available. 2 on the women's side, 1 on the men's. We have 1/2 of the semifinal left in the 1 versus 4 semifinal. Winner plays in the gold medal game. The loser will play for bronze. And it's been a wild back and forth. The first 5. That single point stolen by Japan. Some great shot making by Hong Kong. Hong Kong, when they need it most. Second and third ends really put them on pressure. And they'll try to get things set up with the hammer in end number 6. Hasumi Ishiguka. Try and put this one right into the forefoot.
12.9
Well, and now
70?
put up the corner guards,
Yeah,
trying to
he's lower.
generate some offense. There's lots of stones in play in that fifth end, which Hong Kong wants. They want to get into the draw game. Benefits them playing that way, trying to score multiple points.
Line's good.
Percentages here through the
Weight's
first
good.
5 ends.
Free. Three's good. Free.
Okay, Anna.
Starting to curl now. Okay. Yep. As far as you can. Yep.
Yep, Japan have got that lead now, so they don't need to be sucked in
Okay.
to that drawing game. They want to keep it simple, where Hong Kong want to block things up, try and get as much around the house as possible.
Asumi Ishiguka, 88%. First stone into the rings. They'll try and put the second one right in front of it. We see how much it curls, and now Hung Ling Yu puts that corner guard on that side. Look at the ice here, the amount it's swinging to go behind that corner guard.
And you can actually see the frost building up now a bit on the ice. So the stone's got a lot more to grip.
Line's good. Where are we? Oh, it's up. How
And if it does grip it, some of the weight will come off at the same time, right?
Let it go.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot. Hot. Okay.
Oh, this one's just a bit heavy.
Fine.
Yeah, with that weight, won't take the curl. And Japan put another one into the rings. Can't peel the guard yet. Sina Nakajima, 85% on the game. Well, third one into the rings.
Ada. Okay.
Well, Rona, they have stones in play. There's all 3 of those. You just got to try and keep them, use them as backing.
Yeah, just tap them about, move them about a bit around the head.
Seeing lower numbers from the
Line's tight. Where are we?
front end for Hong Kong.
Where are we? 3, 4, 4. Yep, down hard. Yep.
Because
all the
whatever
way,
Hong Kong
hard.
do here, you would imagine
Yeah,
Japan will peel the
yeah.
guard.
Yep, line's great. Yep. Hard. Yep. Right to it. Right to it. Good. Okay.
Just didn't move it really far enough. Needed a wee bit more like back 8, back ring weight just to tap them back.
Japan will get rid of the guard, force Hong Kong to make the tough shot. Try to force them to move them around.
And then the house is open, so Japan are quite happy that they can clear things.
Got to make the peel first, and Sina Nakajima will nose that one. So mistake by Japan.
I see.
Big smiles though.
same or less?
Okay.
Same
Okay.
weight.
A little more.
Little
Same weight. She just
same,
said.
okay.
Okay.
Do we just putting a fraction more just to rummel the stones about a bit?
Line call important to try and manage the angles that are
Lines
set
a
up in the
little tight.
rings.
Where are we?
Same weight.
Where are we?
Same weight.
Okay. 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Yep. Hard.
Yep.
Yep. Right to that. Perfect.
Well, just wanting to line
Okay.
it up. Bounces off just a hair. Still, Japan lying 3. It's a bit of an about face going from peeling the guard to putting up a guard.
Yep.
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 Yep. Hard.
Yep.
Yep.
Look there, shanging
Right
the
to
guy
that.
on this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, Japan know they can't move these two reds easily. You say they want Hong Kong to make the hard shots.
かすみで良さそう。あ、いいよベンちゃん。ちょっと曲げたい。ウェイトある。オッケークリーン。クリーンだっけ。オッケーナイス。
よいしょ。14.7。Normal.
Okay. Got this.
%75%. Shang Ada. Second, third ends made some
Normal.
great curling shots. So
Whoa.
really helped put Hong Kong in a good position. Here trying to move some around.
Okay,
They'll get rid of
okay.
one. Keeps a
Good.
good angle on that one. Yellowstone. So guarding it up. Do they want to take away part of that tap of that redstone? Matsumura has struggled in this game at 58%.
Yeah, she just tended to be heavy in her draws today.
Remember 2 for sure that have gone all the way through the rings.
This one's not through, but they need to get this up a bit closer for it to be effective.
Split center. Still, Japan lying 2. This is the 6th end, first semi-final.
But again,
Okay.
Japan are getting sucked into this game.
Like
Hong Kong like lots of stones to tap up and play about with, and this red is very tap upperable.
Where are we?
It's down.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
9.
No, it's not moving yet.
By 8, by 12.
Not yet.
Just trying to wait for it to make their break. Tap it off the other red, roll off.
Okay.
Just never made that move that they were expecting it to. Ran very straight down that side of the ice. And one missed peel, and all of a sudden Japan changed their game plan to guarding things up.
三角形内のどっかにあればいい。
水にする？あ、まあこの辺でいいや。オッケー。ここならちょっとこっちがいいし。あるなら曲げてここから。
Yeah, we've got to look at what Hong Kong have, and
近くてこれならいいけど。
that red on the right-hand side of the screen, that guard can be raised up by Hong Kong, angled across.
よ。なかったらちょっとこっち寄りの3そうだね。あったらコーナーフリーズで。
オッケー。
曲げてこっち側につけたいかな。そうだね。15だね。
Even indicated coming in and half checking the red and top 8 foot.
33%. Kitazawa.
This one hanging straight as well. Taking a long time to come off the hill. Kind of got the same result.
Yeah, fortunate did take a little bit of a curl at the end. Both sides getting some good bounces their way in this game.
So on the high side, just.
Yeah, I don't know. If not, then we kind of screw ourselves, right? So even if I hit clear the guard, it's not bad, eh?
Okay, where do you want? Okay, yep, you got this lane.
Actually, remember the last time we threw that? How far did it go?
I don't remember. Yeah, sorry.
Hair.
Yeah. Bye, Wu.
So again, look at the number of stones in play. Japan are 3 up. They wanted to try and keep this end clear. 1 failed peel. And wow. We're in a right guddle.
All but 3 stones in play so far.
Nomo! Whoa! 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 Right off, whoa!
On the center guard at the moment.
Okay.
Clear a couple of those yellow guards off, opening it up to the next level of guards.
Just hang?
Well, Hung Ling Yu was worried. She saw one earlier in that spot that it actually took a bit more ice.
Okay.
There's a hole through to that short stone. Not a big hole, but it's there.
Like to protect that a little bit in the yellow-red tap right down the center line.
But at least if she goes for the yellow-red tap, it would only probably be for 1. So Japan wouldn't be too worried about losing on 1.
センターでも OK だから。
オッケー。
Right into, takes away that hole. It's the angle tap. You can play the yellow-red tap. Opened it up on her first, so she'd have an opportunity at this on her second.
Got this.
Sort of fractionally inside nose here.
Not quite straight back.
No, because the red would split off the yellow, so they want just that slight angle when she hits the red.
Final stone, 6th in.
Whoa!
No, it's just not.
Okay.
A little bit extra weight, goes straight, and will end up going through, blasting both of those out and cut the steel down to just 1.
Down to 1.
So a better result. They weren't going to get the tap to score. Goes right through, and it's a steal of 1 for Japan, and an 8-4 Japan lead now after 6 ends of play.
次こそガードがあんまりない展開にしたい。そうだね。なかなか。
the Chinese Curling Association, part of China Winter Sports, hosting Pacific Asia Curling Championships 2019. Hong Kong had the lead 4-3 after 3 ends, but it has been Japan scoring since, now leading. By an 8-4 margin, doubling them up. Hong Kong still with the hammer. We'll see how Japan plays this 7th end.
Line's tight. Where are we? Line's really tight. 3, 2. Over and off. Over and off.
So first stone in.
Just rolled it, that's all.
Hong Kong's going to try and get up their guards.
Okay, little part here.
That went a little wide than they want to use. Just covering the edge of the 12-foot there. There's not a lot of room to try and hide stones behind. It's that once it gets in the curl, it just goes. There's no way to stop. Try and get this corner guard. We've seen throughout the week, you get it on that World Curling Federation logo. It's a pretty good spot to use.
Line's better.
Yeah,
Weight's
the weight
better.
was pretty good on our first one, just
5.
tight of line.
Where are we? 6. Well, I just want a guard.
It's in on its own, I think. It might come down though.
It's coming down.
Coming down to a 3.
3 is good. Like up here is good.
No, on its own, on its
Okay,
own.
yeah.
Don't touch.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very tight to the rings.
Yep, it's a really good guard there.
Japan still can't remove it at this stage of the end. Well, it's important when you bring them in, you do line them up. There's a little bit of stagger.
The weight you've been throwing.
Some stuff you can actually hide behind those now.
Got this.
Whoa! No! No! Close. Yep. Yep.
Well, important trying to hold your shooter with this. Clips off the top.
Set. Great, great, great. It's good. Good enough.
Gets rid of the one, just moves them around a bit, so there's a bit more of an opening to freeze to him later. But you thought Japan might do this a bit sooner, Rona, is start keeping it simpler. Open the front up.
Yeah, they've got that lead on the scoreboard. Keep it simple. Force Hong Kong to play for their one.
2 straight ends.
8点なら
Yeah. They'll start to get a complex about this.
ちょっと遅いのとリリース曲がりやすい。何秒やったデジャブかな。
Nakajima won't be happy with herself on that.
Okay, we'll try.
No.
Yep. Draw.
You draw, just draw. I don't mind that tap, like throw.
Okay. Back line wing. Okay.
Well, they have plenty to try and use to move around to work as a bit of a catcher.
Line's okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
Take a 4.
Yep.
Maybe a 3. It's coming
Gotta
down
go,
quite hard.
Oh. Okay. Keep it high. Whoa, whoa. Where are we?
Well, this
Just
is coming
guard,
up
2.
short.
2. Wow.
Came down really hard.
She came, huh?
It came down really hard.
Yeah.
They said it came down,
It
but
was light and then
that's a big
was
difference
lighter
from
than I
trying to
thought it
tap that one to the back of the 8-foot. It's a halfway guard, so I think it might have been down a little bit, but also just not quite thrown hard enough.
And for Hong Kong, with them having last stone, they don't want the centre blocked up.
まあ全然フリーズになっても悪くない。この後使えそうだし。
Japan with the miss of the peel, so change their game plan. They go back to, okay, well, let's draw another one in.
6。6。ちょっと悪そうだ。6。7。ちょい滑ってるな。7。8。7。7。8だな。8。7。
Well, Matsumura, heavy, not really touched, and goes right to the back of the button.
13.5。
It isn't curling quite as much, so is that maybe why a little bit keener?
13.5。
Yeah, when there's not as much curl, not so much weight comes off. It's not gripping as much, so it will run that wee bit quicker.
Line's okay. Where are we? Oh,
5, 6, 6, 7.
Chance for Hong Kong to come in though
You
and
have to
freeze
curl.
right
Wait,
on
wait,
top
okay,
here.
I think it's heavy, guys.
Even a
Okay.
small tap back.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. We just missed it.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, they had talked about maybe trying to get an audible to get the little rub off that corner. Maybe Japan sensing opportunity here, even without the hammer.
Okay.
入っても悪くない。
ちょっと曲がってきちゃいそうだから。
Come in top 8-foot.
14後半。
Yeah, absolutely. Even 12-foot. Just force Hong Kong to have to
2半ちょっと止め。
clear something to get in.
入って入って。それでちょっと外側取ってね。曲がってきそうではあるけど。ラインはいいよ。クリーン。クリーン。
3まであるよ。4。
Sweeper seemed to like this one a little bit better than her first.
4。4。
Yeah, really nice. Well played.
14.5。
She'll be happy. She has struggled a bit with some of her draws today.
15でよかった。ごめんごめん。
Well, time for the clearing shot, the bailout. Try and get yourself out of some hot water facing those 4 on the center line.
Yep. She's asked. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
They jumped on the sweeping with this early, but needs to curl.
That's straight now. Okay. My fault.
Thought I was tight.
And that was one where you
What happened
definitely
to the
err
curl
on the
that we
right
saw?
side and
What happened to the curl? that
catch
we
the
saw
guard
that
if you're
first
not
time?
getting the one you're going
Stay
for.
very straight, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, just watch this one again.
Yep.
On release, they're on it right away.
Whoa. That's straight now.
Maybe just
Okay,
where she
my
slid
fault.
tight and then on the release just put it out a little bit. And put it out with hit weight.
Angled back. And then with the bigger weight, there's no recovery.
So fourth stones and Japan lying for.
They're trying to come around now.
A little more weight, so bring a fifth yellow stone right in along the center line.
Amazing how much it buries in such a short distance past the guard.
Yeah, I'm thinking fifth. You like 40? You like 40?
40?
40? It's we haven't been on here for quite a long time.
Okay, try 40.
So trying to come around, get to that back yellow. Cut it down, get one in there right now, and then maybe with your last, you have another opportunity.
Gotta get the tee.
Starting to clean, yep. Yep, hard.
Yep, yes. As far as they'll go, yes.
5, 4.
Well, look at the weight come off. It catches out there, takes the curl, and gonna come up short.
Oh, wow.
So hard.
45.
Yeah, we should have been on it.
Yeah, 30 though.
Once it took the curl. I know. I don't have anywhere to go.
Well, some extra cleaning of this path, just seeing a little bit of the frost, trying to break it down a little bit as the Japanese side, just seeing that one really come down for Hong Kong. They thought they were okay and started grabbing and just dived. See some of the frost down the sheet of ice, the path that Kitazawa is going to look at for her final shot, but less pressure on her at this point. She has those 5 in there.
That's always nice when you've got guards to play when you're a skip.
Expecting this one to start to dive. Look at this one start to go now itself.
So that has closed the door down that side as well.
Oh, whole mess, and this one all started after another peel attempt nosed. So Japan did a 180 and says, all right, let's start putting them in rather than removing stones.
Pair more. Yeah.
So this is going even wider now. Hung Ling Yu conscious she was short with her last.
Weight close. Firm clean.
Well,
7, 6.
best guess out here because haven't seen as many.
Let it curl, let it curl, let it curl.
Trying to get to the 4-foot with this one. Weight looks real nice, trying to get it curl into the 4-foot, and it will curl into the 4-foot, but 3 for sure. Looks like 4 as they do confirm it, but it's a solid effort, a real wide intern trying to come around, but another steal, and 4 more for Japan. Now they are now up 12-4 after 7 ends of play.
Good end.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Draws, okay?
Yep. 10.
12-4 game now in this semifinal. The 1 seed Japan taking on Hong Kong, the 4 seed. Japan scored 3 in the first. Hong Kong got 2 back in the second and stole 2 in the third. But it's been Japan since. 9 unanswered points. So we play the 8th end. First stone into the rings. And Rona, interesting the way the last couple ends have gone. We see the numbers, definite advantage for Japan at the lead position. But the ends of sort of the strategies changed from Japan based on a missed shot by them.
Yeah, absolutely. They've gone in with a clear goal of what they want to achieve at that end, and then just a missed clearing shot, and all of a sudden they take that opportunity. They're lying well. Okay, we'll go for the guards.
And that guard attempt here for Hong Kong comes up short of the hog line, so it'll get pulled.
I think now you're into the 8th end of the game. I think you'll see Japan really keep things simple now.
So first 2 in. Hong Kong going to try and get 1 in there early on in this end.
Line's good.
Much better, Wade.
Much better. 4. Yep, then. Gotta be in here. Yep. Hard. Yep.
So Hong Kong not looking for
Yeah,
the guard. They
forward.
want to come in
Corner
and sit
freeze
in the
onto it.
nest here.
Freeze onto it. Freeze onto it. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. Okay.
Good spot. Little tap back. Just leaves those 2 counting for Japan.
So here we go.
There could be a little more weight for Nakajima.
I think so. We'll have a big peel weight here.
Now for Nakajima. 3rd time's lucky, will kill it off her own. But get rid of it. That's all that she's looking for.
Yeah, they won't be bothered that they've taken that other yellow out of play.
See the numbers advantage for Japan there. Nakajima a little bit lower with a couple of nose hits on peels.
Yeah. Down again. 4. 3. Yep.
Gotta go.
Yep. Let me get in. Okay, that's good.
Well, trying to play the freeze just in front. Maybe trying to get a jam. Something to leave that red stone around for Hong Kong.
そうだけどどっちがいい？あ、インターにしようかな。
A little extra extension on that one for Nakajima.
Okay.
Clears that one out, so just that 1 stone biting the forefoot. Winner of this does get a spot into the World Women's Curling Championship, Prince George, Canada. Along with the winner of the other semifinal tomorrow, Korea against China. Also be playing for that gold medal. 2 winners. 2 teams losing the semifinals will play for bronze.
Way better. 8, 7.
It needs to curl.
Back house.
Okay. Close.
Back house still.
One semifinal done. Japan moves to the gold medal game. Hong Kong awaits the loser of Korea, China, and Japan. We'll see who the dance partner for them is in the gold medal game. Will it be Korea or will it be China in this year's Pacific Asia Championship? Plenty more on the men and the women's side tomorrow, but Japan is into the gold medal game.
Many congratulations, a gold medal game and a place at the World Women's Championships. How does that sound?
おめでとうございます。決勝戦に行けると世界選手権も行けることでどういう感じでしょうか。
世界選手権出場できるのは非常に嬉しく思います。目標は優勝なので明日の試合も頑張りたいと思います。
We're really happy to have the place in the Worlds. That's a big thing for us. But our goal here is to get the gold medal, so we still got that to look forward to.
And you have a whole day off till that gold medal game. What will you and the team do to relax?
ゴールドメダルの試合までに1日の休みがあります。チームがどういうふうにリラックスしますか？
はい、トレーナーさんに、体を調節してもらったりだとか、試合見るだとかして明日に備えたいです。
So our trainers will have us doing some physical conditioning, and then we'll be watching the games tomorrow.
Thank you and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
ありがとう。
ありがとうございました。
Well, Japan, the first team into the gold medal game at this year's Pacific Asia Curling Championship. For Rona Howie, myself, Luke Coley, our entire crew, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.